What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trell here with my heterosexual life partner,
DeMar DeRozan or some shit.
Hey, he knows his name. Today we're coming at you guys with a video that's kind of I'm not gonna say personal, but yeah.
Yeah, could get.
Yeah. Has there ever been anybody that you guys have wanted to beat? Like just somebody in your bones you have to beat, or just somebody that every time you play them, you know shit's about to go down, or just somebody you've ever looked up to, or do you have anybody that when you duel they look up to you?
A Yu-Gi-Oh rival per se?
Per se, rival, apprentice.
Let's talk about it.
Mentor.
So, Yu-Gi-Oh, I think because it's a social game and because so many people got into it because of someone else.
Yeah, other people, yeah.
It kind of makes sense that everyone's got like a rival or someone they want to beat. I always kind of view like shonen anime, you know?
Yeah.
You've got the childhood friend or the brother or just somebody
just
who's
some
like,
asshole.
you know, yeah, that's usually what it is actually. The local dick at the shop. But yeah, I think everybody has to some degree a person that they just want to beat. Or just a person they've looked up to. It might be one and the same, you know what I mean? Like it might be a person you love to hate,
right.
Or something like that. So we thought we would share our sort of stories, experiences with it, and at the end of the video, we want to hear what you guys think. There's someone at your shop or just someone you play with that you're always competing with. I want to hear about it. You first. Do you have any rivals, do you think?
Do I have any
or have
rivals?
you had any rivals?
I've had rivals. I've had a couple rivals. I remember when I first started the game, I had a rival whose name was Will. When I first started the game, he beat. I thought I was good. Either I hadn't played anybody. I thought I was good. I played him for cards. He beat the shit out of me. He took my cards, like my fiber jar and stuff like that.
Ooh,
and so he's actually the reason why I became good at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to come back for him. And so next time we played, I beat the brakes off of him because I don't take that shit laying down. I'm a fucking thug. But after that, my next rival was my brother because he's actually the person that got me into the game to begin with. He was always good. I remember when you remember when X-Sabers came out and like Dark Souls and shit came out.
Yeah.
There was like great cards for the art site. He came back. He was living in Iowa. He came back at the time. That was like around the time like mocking the fortress and stuff with mocking the gadgets was a big thing then.
Yeah.
He came back from Iowa and beat the shit out of us. So he was like,
one
my
of my
next
favorite formats actually.
Yeah, it was like a pretty good format. And he was my rival at that time. He beat the shit out of us that entire weekend he was here. And so he made me want to get better. Then I got started like going to regionals and getting better after that. And so he's no longer my rival. I don't currently have a rival now, but I have people that want to take me down, if you will say.
So you'd say you've kind of become more of a.
I'm more
Would
of
you say it's a mentor, or would you say it's just kind of a?
I'm a pillar to be knocked down to some of my friends. I'm not saying don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm great or anything like that, or that I'm better than them. It's just that I do try to test their limits, and so I have become like I don't have anybody that I look at and I'm like, oh man, I gotta beat this person. I don't have that anymore. But currently, I do have people that look at me and they want to beat my ass. So
I've always kind of with you felt like to some degree. So I guess explanation for the viewers, so I'm not just monologuing here. You know, we have a local card shop. We go there, we play. You more than me, but you know, and there's like a lot of different players there, kind of at different ages and stuff. I feel like for you, you do a really good job of keeping them, you know, keeping them accountable for little things. Like I think that maybe a few years ago they wouldn't have been so attentive to things like checking their phase, or like, you know, checking cards in hand, checking calculators, like telling people about phase changes, asking for a response, being more attentive while they play. And I feel like that's probably a direct result of you kind of cracking the whip a little bit on them. I mean, from what I've noticed, like, you know, that's kind of how you play when you're at the shop, is you have to kind of, you remind people with a gentle push that, you know, they have to announce phases, have to
pay
do
attention.
all this
Like
stuff.
You need to be accountable for your actions in the game.
It's kind of a tough love thing. I mean, maybe to some degree.
Yeah. Like I mean, first off, everybody knows I play a lot of jank. I do play meta, but I play more jank than anything. But I will say that I do win up with a lot of the jank as well, and so that kind of makes people. Like if you're playing, let's just be honest. If you're playing Zodiacs and I'm beating you with something as trivial as Harpies, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna want to beat the hell out of me because you can't fathom why I'm beating you. Like this is,
Yeah.
So it kind of
It's a good way to inspire people, kind of force them to get better. I've had Yu-Gi-Oh like mentor type figures too. I think at the start, this maybe in like 8th or 9th grade, something like that. Whatever, like 2008, 2009. I had a friend, we played at a local library where I was from, and so I had a friend who, all of us sucked, right? Like, you know, we were kind of figuring out what competitive Yu-Gi-Oh is, but we just sucked and didn't have really many cards. And he was the most competitive out of all of us. And he was also a really good friend, and he was like a few years older than me, and so he'd gone to the same high school, so I also looked up to him as a person because I thought he was really smart and all that stuff. And I think to this day I actually still take some personality traits and things from him, but he was also the player to beat. And so I felt like for a long time he was sort of a mentor / rival. Then there was this other guy. You remember Batman, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Batman.
Yeah, that was his like alias thing. He was this another person who was really good at our local card shop, and he really was like pretty much top dog at that card shop. He won every week, and he always had the best decks. But he also was a genuinely good player, and he gave people advice and stuff. And I feel like he kind of took me under his wing, if you will. The Robin. I learned a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh from him, but I also found myself wanting to beat him more and more, which I think is how it should be, right?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
If someone's teaching you how to play, that means that
the student becomes a master.
Eventually you want to beat them, and so that's kind of how it was. But he maybe quit playing in like 2000, let's say 12. I don't know,
12,
just a guess.
You're right, about 12.
And so after that, I can't say that I've had rivals. I think that in some ways I'm more of a mentor figure. I mean, I've got a handful of people that I like to, help out with explaining the game and teaching and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think those sort of things.
And actually, for me, like there's rivals, and then there's mentors or people that I look up to.
Have you ever looked up to anyone?
Actually, yeah, I don't have any mentors. I can't even say I've ever had any, to be honest. I usually do a lot of my own like Yu-Gi-Oh learning and research on my own, just to be honest. But as far as mentors, there were 3 people for me personally that were mentors in the game, and I'll name them. One was Ryan Levine. He's actually a really good player. I've followed him a lot, just personally. I just like his gameplay. I like his explanations. He's been really good just over the years. Jeff Jones, he's just innovative, and I like innovation. Innovation is probably my biggest thing when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! And Jeff Jones is one of those. It's probably one of the top innovators in the game. I think Billy Brake's a great
thinkers.
Yeah, I think Billy Brake's a great player. But I also feel like I just don't think he's as innovative as Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones is an innovator, and I just love it about him. And my third was my homeboy Cornelius, or Therese, whatever you call it. Therese. Yeah, Therese is actually a genius in the game. He just sucks at he's really good with the game, but sometimes he sucks because he'll play.
Good strategist, bad tactician.
Exactly, and so he's actually trash. Therese, you're trash. Just gonna put it out there. But yeah, but these were the people I actually looked up to. To be honest, right now I don't look up to anybody, and I don't want that to sound cocky. It's just like I said, I do a lot of my research on my own, so there's not really anybody else that I'm really paying attention to besides myself.
Yeah.
It's just to get better. So right now I don't have anybody else.
I'd say there's like qualities in some players I like to emulate.
Billy Brake. I want to stare at you without blinking for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, like there's things that like different play. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I have like a particular rival or someone I look up to just at the moment, but there are people who have like things that they do really well, and I want to take those and emulate them in my own play. I think there are people who have like really good sort of nerves of steel that I've taken from. So like, obviously most people watching this video will never actually get to play me in real life, but
Yes, they will.
maybe if you come to YCS Dallas, you will. I don't know. But I've definitely taken the whole like sort of lack of emotion type of thing. That's kind of a thing I've pulled from other players, because I admired people who were able to just stay so, not like stone-faced and serious and mean, but not really react to bad situations and all that stuff, or not react to good situations and give things away.
Just poker face.
Just so very like
just mellow,
straight face.
Cool.
I think that's something that that's like one of the things, for example, I've really done a good job of, I think, or tried to do a good job of. So I feel like I pull more like things from players that I like. I don't think it's.
Have you ever watched Billy Brake play? He does not fucking blink.
Yeah, I think that's
and he's so nice. He's nice as shit, but he doesn't blink. It's weird as shit. I'm just telling you.
The friendliness it's a cool draw.
Like I'm just like, hey Paul, how's your day? I hope everything's going well.
Maybe it's like an intimidation.
Maybe it is, but it fucking works. I'm pretty sure it works. I don't know.
Just now.
But yeah.
No.
Good job, Billy.
I will say that when it comes to people that I want to be, I don't think I have long-term rivals. I have like short-term rivals. Like every time I go to a regional, I usually like spot one person in the room who I just say like, I think he's really good, I want to beat him. That's kind of how it is for me. I mean, what about it for you? Like, do you kind of form like like, do you like have certain people that just like at a regional, maybe you don't know them that well, but you feel like they're either talking too much or, you know, maybe they just think that they're all that. Like, I don't like people who talk down before the event started. You know what I mean? Those are the type of people I want to beat.
See, it's really hard for me to say on that because like, you and I are alike, but we're different. We just have, we're alike, but we have different methods. When I see people like that, I just want to like beat them up. Like I don't want to play them in Yu-Gi-Oh. I just want to beat them up.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. That's
I'm,
true too.
I'm a more like aggressive guy. Like, you know, I just want like, you're talking too much. I just want to punch you in your mouth. Like, you can shut up. Like, I'm that kind of guy. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind playing a person, like playing it out with a person that's being an asshole and winning if that's what it takes. But I more or less just want to punch him.
No, I hear you.
So that's just me.
I'm one of those people who, you know, I just feel like, you know, revenge, dish best served cold type of thing. I love to beat those people and just not give them a word. That's the best feeling for me.
That's how like when I sit across from like an opponent that's being like an asshole, who's being like anti-social, whatever. That's my thing. Like my thing
I love it.
At this point,
I love it.
I just gotta beat you with a smile on my face, and you're gonna hate me more. Like you're really gonna be an asshole when you lose.
I love beating those people and just like.
And they don't shake your hand.
Yeah, they don't shake my hand.
Like
that's fine. I will get up and go.
You'll be like, good game, man. They'll be like, yeah. And they're just like putting their stuff up and they're just ready to go. Like,
yeah. And then, I mean, low key, like sometimes I think that kind of my like blankness and how I play actually triggers some people the wrong way. Like some people, I know it kind of rubs certain people the wrong way. So I actually like it even more for that reason.
I sing to my opponent.
Like,
I told you before. I thought you know that. I sing to my opponent.
It's like we're opposites. Like you're more like, you know, you kind of, I don't want to say it's like in a mean way. It's like you kind of like push their buttons a bit, right?
Well,
a little bit.
To be honest, I'm not trying to intimidate my opponent. I'm just a very active person, and I don't care how you feel. So that's just how it is. Like
I feel like like you're more of a kind of like, you're kind of like prying them, kind of like forcing a reaction out of them. And
you're going to talk to me.
Right, yeah, that's kind of how he is.
So
I think I'm more of just like, I'm almost so detached that it makes them, I feel like I've put some people at like unease because of that. But I don't mind, I mean, I enjoy that. I think it's more fun that way to like beat people and just sort of like go.
So, do you have any apprentices in the game or anybody that you know you kind of, not gonna say you really take under your wing, just somebody that you just kind of try to help along the way?
Maybe not as much now, but you know, there's these two guys, Snow and Sky, you know them. They won't know. It's just, these two guys are my locals. They've been playing for a really long time. I feel like they don't, to put it nicely, I feel like they've been playing for a very long time, but they don't necessarily like understand all of the finer parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I always find myself trying to help them out.
Yeah.
What's hard for me with helping people though is people don't always want to hear help from like someone younger than them or someone that they don't think should be able to help them. Does that like make sense? You know, like no one likes hearing advice from somebody who they just think that like hasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's kind of how it is. So sometimes I have some struggles when it comes to helping people like that. But I mean, what about you? You help all the kids at the shop.
I try to help everyone. I mean, kid, adult, or whatever. And I'm not saying that I do. I'm not saying that that's my role. But you already know me. I want a good locals. So I want everybody in my locals to be better. Like, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel at your locals, but like, if you are that into your local scene, then when you guys are going to regionals as a group, you want everybody in your group to do well.
Yeah.
And so that's my thing, is that everybody that I'm around, that I'm playing, that I'm testing with, that I play in local tournaments like weekly. When it's time for like regional time, I'm in crunch mode. Like I want you need to know this ruler. You need to get this gameplay right. I mean, I'm that kind of guy, whatever. So I can't really say I have any specific apprentice. Well, Jordan, my homeboy Jordan, I gotta say, if I had to have an apprentice, it'd be Jordan. Like, I mean, Jordan's
cool.
Jordan, he's just innocent kid. I love him to death. He's good at thinking on the fly. He's very innovative. He actually learned while playing in it, and I think that's one of the most important things in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's probably his biggest strength, is that he literally adapts to the game while playing, and that's like the best thing ever. Like, so if I had to have an apprentice, it would be him. Now, just in general, everybody at the shop, I try to like give some pointers to, and just try to like make them think outside the box and think broader and understand like the long game. But if I had to just say anybody like Jordan, I feel like he has a lot of potential. Not saying no one else does.
Cool
just
guy.
saying that, he has a lot of potential like for greatness if he actually chooses to do that. So
yeah. So fuck the rest of you kids watching at his shop. He hates all you guys. Jordan's cool though.
I hate them all anyway. They already know that. Like, it's nothing new.
So before then we wrap up, let's get personal. I think that we have to name one thing about the other one that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Related trait or thing that you feel like you could learn from the most. I'm jealous of your ability to pull wins out of your ass. I think that more than a lot of people I've met, you are really good at. But actually, it's not like top decking, you know, a broken card. It's more like just, you know, really finding like. The way I play Yu-Gi-Oh, just to set this up, is I set up a fortress and layers of like walls. That's how I beat people. I feel like I don't always make optimal plays. I make plays that make it where like it's as difficult as possible for my opponent to win. I would rather make it hard for them to win than like easy for me to win. So I'll just set up these layers of like floating monsters and mini negations and just like kind of pressure, like 50-50 pressure situations, like, you know, catch 22s. And that's how I play. And I think for the most part, it does really well. It can be really suffocating, right? Like for a lot of people, and that's most of the wins I've gotten is I feel like it's just me doing a good job of like kind of pulling the air out of the room for them. But I think that you, and a lot of players like you, the people who give me the most trouble are those people who are able to like find these really, really small cracks in the defense and like slip through them and like just yank a win out from under you. I hate it, but I admire it. So.
And actually, it's funny, it's really fun. It's really funny that you say that. First off, thank you. But also, I'm the exact opposite with you, and that's what I am jealous of you with, because when I play, actually I do pull wins out of my ass. I won't deny that. But I give my opponent this air of comfort that they feel like they have the game, and then they really don't. But sometimes I feel like a lot of times when I do lose games, it's because I have better plays. I have more defense I can put out there. I have better setups that I can play like you do. And I don't do it because I purposely want to lure them into a trap. And I know it sounds really bad, but I do it. Sometimes I will purposely leave like gaps in my armor on purpose for them to try to come at it just for me to capitalize, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. Whereas you, like you said, you pull the air out of the room, so you pretty much you put in their face that they have no chance. And I'm the exact opposite, where I'm like, hey, you have all the chance in the world, do what you want.
Yeah.
So
no, it works. I definitely, I think that's something I want to get better at myself, actually.
And I want to be better at
finding ways around that.
And I want my opponent to understand they have no chance.
Yeah.
You're dead.
That's cool. Hey, that's things we can learn. So, I guess that's it then for the video. What do you guys think? You know, watching at home. Who is your Yu-Gi-Oh rival? And would you feel that if you don't have a rival, are you a mentor?
Right.
Do you have a mentor? You know, like,
Exactly.
how's that relationship work? What have you learned?
And what can you teach?
Do you want to be like a castle like Paul? Or do you want to be like whatever you are? A rogue?
An opportunist.
Yeah.
Like me.
A thief sneaks in and steals the wins away. Let us know in the comments. It's going to be it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you love the video, be sure to subscribe and join the notification squad. You'll know every time we upload a new video. It's going to be it. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.